winning without fighting. In order to win without fighting, you need to define what you mean by winning. So here's what I'm talking about for winning. Suppose it's the end of my workday. I want to go home and have dinner with my family. I walked out in the parking lot, and in the middle of the night, someone is approaching me in the darkness. If my original goal was to go home and have dinner with my family, how do I win? Go home and have dinner with my family. If I get to go home and have dinner with my family, I win. I got to do what I set out to do. Now, if this guy approaches me and I can end the conflict, or any potential conflict, and nobody gets hurt, did I win? Yes, because how did I win? I got to go home and have dinner with my family. What if this guy's kind of getting in my face and I need to persuade him to not attack me? Do I win? Yes. If I persuade him to not attack me, nobody got hurt, nobody got hit, I get to go home and have dinner with my family. What if I have to hurt him? And I hurt him enough to just get him to back off and leave me alone. And then I can go home and have dinner with my family. Did I win?
Yes, sir.
Yes. What if it turns into a fight and I have to beat him up? And after I beat him up, I get to go home and have dinner with my family. Did I win?
Yes, sir.
Yes. What if as he's approaching me, I see him coming, and before he can get anywhere near me, I rush to my car, get in my car, and I take off immediately? Did I win?
Yes.
Yes. How do I know I won?
You get to go home and have dinner.
I have to go home and have dinner with my family. So a key thing in any conflict is always understand, what does winning mean? Winning means you get to continue with whatever it was you're doing. So if you get to go home and have dinner with your family, and that was your original goal, you win. What if it ends up taking you a little while, and the cops get called because people are beat up, and then after you're all done, you get to go home and have dinner with your family late? You still won. Now, on the other hand, what if this guy approaches you, you feel a little bit threatened, and you decide, just in case, let me pound him into a bloody pulp, leave him in a mess on the ground, cops show up, arrest you, take you to jail. Did you win?
No.
No! So if we waited till the bad guys beat up, how come you didn't win? Because you didn't get to go home and have dinner with your family. So if you understand what your win is, you actually lose if you beat up the bad guy with unnecessary and unreasonable force. So that means the first thing you want to learn how to do is how to win, how to get to go home and have dinner with your family. That's the metaphor we're going to use. That's your win. Without having to have a fight. Now, how many people in here have been in a fight where if you didn't fight, or maybe even if you did, you required hospitalization afterwards? You had to go spend at least a day in the hospital afterwards. Anyone? Has anyone known anyone who's been in the level of fight where they got hurt, killed, or hospitalized as a result of the fight and had to spend at least one day in the hospital? I've known that. But it hasn't happened to you though, right? Different show of hands. How many of you have ever had a situation happen where you felt uneasy? That's all of us, right? Been in a situation where someone's kind of threatening. They're not attacking you, but they're enough of a threat that you're wondering, what if? This could turn into something. That's kind of what we're talking about, right? How many people have been in that situation? Pretty much all of us. So if you think about it, what's more likely to happen? Something that makes you feel uneasy, that you want to be able to be ready just in case, or just flat out, you better fight now or you could be in the morgue type fights? It's the threats, right? It's that thing that makes you uneasy, the thing that makes you worried that this could turn into something. And what if it does? How do I keep myself calm? How do I keep myself protected without looking like it? So if I'll take Sensei. So what if Sensei is walking up to me and I go, well, he could be a problem. What am I advertising?
You're ready to fight.
I'm ready to fight. Now what if he is thinking, what's wrong with you? And he's just having a really, really bad day. And maybe he was going to say something snide. Maybe he was going to do something. Maybe this could escalate into something. But it didn't have to. And I put up my, listen, you better back off, man. If he's in one of those moods where it's like, oh, you just gave me an excuse. Anyone ever had one of those days where if someone just gave you an excuse, you totally felt like, whether you would or not, but you felt like if someone gave you another excuse, you just lay into it.
Yep.
Yeah, most of us have had those kind of things. And we're just glad afterwards that nothing happened. Maybe in the moment, which is someone just give me an excuse. Yeah, you smile at me? What's you smiling at me? And so you want to be able to protect yourself without looking like you're ready to fight. So if he's potentially a threat, and maybe he's checking me out to see if he's someone that he could take my wallet or something, maybe he's just having a bad day, maybe, he locked his keys in his car and he's asking for help, or he needs a jump start, and who knows what it is he needs. Maybe he's just a little out of it, and maybe he's just walking over there, and I happen to be in the space where he's walking. That happened with a security guard to me recently. I'm walking in Target. I don't know why, but he was going exactly where I was going, and he was right in front of me. And he got really uneasy because I was right behind him because I'm walking to the same direction he's walking. And so he stopped and stepped aside, and he looked at me as I just kept on going. Okay, I guess he wasn't following me, but he started following me. Why? Because we're going to the same spot. He got called to the same department I was going to. So sometimes it's just a coincidence. And so if I'm showing and he just happens to be walking by me, I'm picking a fight now, aren't I? So here's our first move. It's called chat cover. Now, chat cover is a fighting stance that you just fold in tight, bring your feet together. This front hand relaxes, comes to my chin. This front hand relaxes and just rests on my ribs. Does this look like a fighting stance?
No.
No. But this is a fighting stance, relaxed and folded in. So from here he punches at me. My hand's right here to block. Punches with the other hand, even if he kicks. Everything is still here, it's just a little closer to my body, and if I need to hit him, I can still hit him. Do you have a cup on?
No.
Then I won't pop you. I pop him in the groin. I could kick him with the front foot. My hands and my front foot are available to me. So this is chat cover. I'm going to work on chat cover. And then talking with the hands. Because if this is turning into something, and he is getting in my face, he does come right up to me. Do I want him this close to me?
No.
No. Do I want to just hit him as soon as he's getting close, just in case? No. So talking with the hands just keeps some space between you. Oh, excuse me, can I help you with anything? How close can he get to me if my hands are in his way?
Arm's length.
Arm's length. And that's what I'm doing. Now, if he pushes in my hands, this is also a diagnostic technique. Because if the hands are in the way and he stays back there while I'm talking to him, then he's probably not going to attack, right? But if he presses past my hands, or if he knocks my hands aside, now I'm justified to protect myself. So it's both a defense and a diagnosis, because one of the hardest things for most people to know is, can I and should I hit this person? And what a lot of criminals who are probing to see if you're a victim are doing is they're finding out if they already win. And you kind of go, can I hit him? Can I not hit him? If I hit him, will I be in trouble if I hit him? And that uneasiness, that confusion creates fear. Because you go, I don't know what to do. What do I do? I don't know. And then they realize, okay, I've already won. All I have to do is just take it. Whatever I want to do to them, they're in this moment of confusion. And when someone's confused, guess what your brain will do? It will obey the first order that it's given. So if I'm getting in his face, and his brain's going, oh my gosh, what do I do? What do I do? And he doesn't know. And I can tell he's confused. Says, give me your money now. The brain goes, oh, well, that's what I do. Because in a moment of stress, your brain will grab the closest idea it can find, and it will act on it. Whether the closest idea it can find came from someone else, or came from inside itself. So you want to make sure you think of it before they give it to you. Okay? All right, thank you. All right, so everyone partner up.